Hello people, welcome back to my channel Arlene Explores. Thank you so much for subscribing. I have seen that I've got quite a lot of views, so super happy about it. I hope I'm able to help everybody who really needs help. Firstly, going forward, I want to keep it quite casual, not like a proper office setup and then trying to give you gyan. Not going to do that. So I just chose to change my place to have a little bit informal kind of session. The most important thing that I noticed there was me trying to be able to focus on the camera and not on the surroundings. Well, I am learning. I hope I'll be able to get over that soon. But yes, thank you once again. So today we are going to focus on the topic, what is the difference between a product owner and a product manager? How do they differ? And if they do, what are the differences? So let's begin. So guys, recently a lot of students or a lot of experts must have got an option of either joining a company as a product owner or a product manager. So let's just see the difference between both. So I would want to start by explaining you the hierarchy on where does a product owner fit in and where the product manager comes into picture. I'm sure a lot of you guys must have got an offer as a product owner or a product manager at different organizations. So to understand how they differ, let's just begin with the hierarchy. So product owner is basically the first step. So a lot of companies may call the entry level product manager as product owners. Some companies may call it as associate product manager, so that depends upon the company you're joining. So but basically the way the hierarchy talks is you are a product owner, then you get promoted to a product manager, then you get promoted to a senior product manager, then you get promoted to a group product manager, and then you are the head of the product, vice president of product, and then basically the chief product officer. So this is the hierarchy, guys. So I hope this thing is going to help you decide on what role you're joining and in which company. Just to give you an example, Microsoft does not have the role of product owners, so they take in candidates at the entry level as associate product managers. Now the second step is explaining the difference between the responsibilities of a product owner and a product manager. This can be divided into three aspects, which is going to be the size of the team, the scope of the work, and the business impact. Now, it's a responsibility of the product owner to ensure that all the deliveries are happening on time. So the business is represented by the product owner who's going to tell the developers what to do and why is it important to deliver that part. So trust between these two roles is very crucial. So few of the product owner responsibilities that I would just want to highlight here are definitely managing the product backlog and understanding the needs of the stakeholders. You need to prioritize the backlog, not just manage, but also prioritize the backlog, which means at any given point of time, you will have to consider what is the priority of the stakeholder versus what is the priority of the business, and then you need to take a decision on what needs to come first and what the developers are going to work on. The third thing that I would just want to specify is you will also be responsible to manage the releases and also the stakeholder expectation. You would be leading the engineering team towards success by giving them the clarity on what work needs to be done. All right, so product manager's responsibility would be making sure that they have answers to why and when a particular feature needs to be developed and what impact is it going to have on the business, which is also a part of product owner's responsibility. But now a product manager may be managing multiple products, not just one, so they need to make sure that they are co-working other products as well. The second thing is they are responsible for the entire product roadmap. Now this product might have multiple teams that would be working towards the success of this product. So it's a responsibility of the product manager to make sure that the roadmap that the product manager is building has all the aspects covered of multiple teams involved in it. They also, like product owners, prioritize the backlog and product owner definitely in consultation with product manager will make sure that his priority items are also taken care and are in the backlog of the product manager. And lastly, they manage the business aspects, which will be dealing with multiple other stakeholders. The third thing I would want to talk about is the salary difference. Definitely product owner and product manager, since their scope of work differs, the salary also differs. Every company has their own pay scale that they provide to these roles. But just as a ballpark figure, I'm taking an example. If a product owner in India, say, gets 30 lakhs per annum, definitely a product manager should be withdrawing 10 to 15% more than the product owner. And do not forget, companies which include stocks as an option, they almost double the salary. So 30 lakhs plus, say, stocks every year will be equivalent to double the salary. So guys, by now you should have understood that product manager or product management, this entire concept is altogether about you thinking or basically picking up the pain points of the customer and then trying to solve their problem. While you do this, there are multiple steps involved, there are multiple teams involved that you need to work with. So product managers or product owners would be the center of point of contact for all these teams, be it the business, be it the user experience team, or be it your tech team. So as a product manager, you got to be ready to be able to manage all these three teams to make sure that whatever you're trying to build is delivered. Now there's one thing that a lot of times is confusing, and a proper balance needs to be struck between this. When I entered product management, there was a question that I questioned myself, that when we build products, for whom are we building this product? So basically, I as a product manager should be able to answer these questions once I see what this product is about, that who are we building this, who are going to be our users, are we really solving their pain points? So to basically answer all these questions, you need to understand two different things. First is, are you building the right product? And second is, are you building the product right? Sounds like the same thing, but let me tell you, it is not. So when we say, are we building the right product? There are a few things that should come into your mind. That have I analyzed the user data? Do I know who my users would be? Have I performed a proper research? Are my priorities set in such a manner that every time I perform a release, it is going to be like a usable product for my end user? And am I also taking into consideration the future opportunities? That is something that you should think when you are trying to speak about, am I building the right product? And the other side of the coin, which is build the product right, this has more to do with the technical team, which is they have to understand the processes that they have set up, are they correct? The architecture of the system, is that up to date, or it needs an update? Are there any technical debts that needs to be resolved? Is the engineering team on track on what needs to be done? Are we using the most updated technology, or are we still using the legacy system? Have we performed our test cases? Are the unit test cases recorded? Are we performing sanity checks, etc., etc.? So this will define whether you're building the product right. Apart from these two, there's another thing which is called as building the product faster, which means that you cannot keep your product development cycle forever. There needs to be a definite amount of time wherein you have to say that I'm going to deliver this product in so and so sprints, which is usually the term used when we are in agile way of working. So that is also an important part. Now you will find it very difficult to strike a balance in between these three, but that's where our decision making skills will come into picture. It's important to be able to build the product right, build the right product, and build the product fast. So otherwise we may end up in the product which either no one is going to use, a product which may have a lot of bugs, or a product which has already lost the first mover's advantage. So this is it for today's video, guys. I am going to link my previous video to this video as well. Please go through that. And as a part of next course of action, I want to come up with how do you gather requirements. Basically, what are different elicitation techniques. Even before that, there is something called discovery stage that happens wherein you perform user research. That is a deeper topic, and I might want to cover that in future, but at this moment I want to cover what are different elicitation techniques that can be used to gather requirements. So keep watching the space. Thank you. Do like, share and subscribe.